What is up, Obscure Mic people? Bark coming at you yet again. Today, I'm talking on the PD100 that Maono sent over not that long ago, but they also sent me the Maono, or Maono, however you want to say it, PD100U. USB version of this, basically. What comes in the box is almost the same stuff. You get the little tiny bass stand, which I've kind of modified here, but little tiny bass stand with a little stem, but I've got it taller. You get the microphone, of course. I got a windscreen on here that doesn't come with it. So let's be clear, does not come with it. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Just look at it. It is the same microphone, except instead of the XLR in the back, it has a USB in the back. And literally that's it. I'm not even going to do like a close-up thing on this. You're looking at the same mic, except USB port, XLR port. Only difference otherwise at all is this dial here, which is the gain dial. Up and down. Gain positive, gain negative. No headphone jack, nothing like that, so you're not going to get any latency-free monitoring or anything like that, which is disappointing to say the least, but this is one of those mics that's going to be $50 or less all the time. I think it's $49.99 on Amazon right now, and you can get coupons. Coupons. Slight correction, $54.99 on Amazon, but a 20% off coupon, meaning you're going to get about $11 off of this thing. So, $46.99-ish. Also, it does come with, besides the bass stand, little bass stand, comes on the yoke mount, just like this one, and you get a USB-C to C with a nice built-in, strapped-on, can't even lose it, A to, or a C to A adapter. I like these a lot, and most of these microphone companies are doing this now, which I really appreciate because, you know, you can go into just a C to C phone or laptop or C to A laptop. It's very convenient to have this option. So you've heard the PD100. Let's wire up the PD100U and see if it really is just a USB version of this microphone, if it sounds the same as well as looks the same. Let's go from one to the other real quick and do the review. Before I get fully started on this microphone review, I want to say a few things about the Obscure Mics membership, and I want to kind of give you the green light to do something in regards to how you can win gear from Obscure Mics in the future. So we've got, we as in me, 2 tiers of membership. $1.99 gets you all the early releases, and it also gives you access to the members-only podcast. Now, if a member will help me out and comment down below, I do quite a few early releases, sometimes multiple per week. Basically, when I get a video done, I release it as soon as it's done, but I release it to members, unless for some reason I finish it and it's the next video to come out publicly. Most of the time, though, I finish a video and I used to put it in the vault. Now I don't put it in the vault. I put it out to members so they can see it before anyone else. Members Only podcast is just me discussing audio gear, what I'm using, what I'm testing, among other things. Everyone that's a member gets those 2 things. There is also a tier that is $4.99 where members get those 2 things, but also get access to the monthly giveaway. I give away something every month. You got to claim it, of course, which means you have to listen to the podcast, the Members Only podcast, because at the end of the podcast is when I say who wins the gear. That being said, I'm going to give away this Maono PD100U to a member at the $4.99 tier. I was going to say or higher, but there is no higher. It's just $2 or $5. I'm going to give this out here in about a week, and I'm going to also say, feel no shame if you want to sign up for the $5 tier, see if you win or don't win, and then cancel if you want to. I am okay with that. That being said, I'm not going to put your name at the beginning of the video in the list until you've been a member for a few months, new rule. But if you want to join, I look at the time of giveaway on who is a $5 a month member. I put them in my spinny wheel app, spin it, whoever's name it lands on wins the mic. You have to listen to the podcast and respond, hey, great, here's my address, send me the mic. But, you know, that's how it goes. If you want to sign up for the $5 membership tier because you want this mic, go ahead. And then you can cancel or keep going if you find value in it. And then the next month, if what I'm giving away is something you're interested in, you can do it again or not do it again. Let's get on to the review. I definitely appreciate the members out there, by the way. A ton. A lot of you have been members for almost like a year and a half at this point. Means the world to me. Let's go. Okay, so now we have the Maono PD100U wired up, ready to go. For the sake of knowing, the yoke mount does have that 3/8 built in, recessed under the 5/8, so you don't need an adapter or anything like that. You can screw it on to whatever boom arm you want. That's another thing that companies are doing lately that I think is really, really cool, is cutting out the need for an adapter, because you got 5/8 threading and underneath you got 3/8. So it works out really well. I got enough 5/8, 3/8 adapters. I've got enough of those laying around. I don't need any more. Let's get to the tests. I'm still wearing headphones. I don't know why. I don't need to, because there's no latency-free monitoring. There's nothing I can do to hear myself on this microphone without some kind of weird echo or reverb or something like that. Let's go ahead and get to the test of the Maono. Maono. Oh, I want to take you to Chicago, North Dakota. First, let's do some plosives. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. Now let's get right on top of the microphone so you can hear what the proximity effect sounds like when you are directly on top of this microphone. Let's go off-axis rejection. 90 degrees off-axis rejection on the microphone. 180 degrees. 90 degrees yet again on the microphone. Now we're going to slowly turn it around back to the front of the microphone. Get a little closer here. So these are about the same price. The Maono PD100 and the PD100U, about the same cost. So it really boils down to, do you own an interface or not? If you own an interface already, then I definitely think the PD100 is the way to go. If you don't have an interface and you just want to buy a mic and be done, and you want it to be dynamic to cut out background noise rejection, which this does fairly well, and you are just comfortable with just the sound that this produces. If you simply want better audio than what your camera or phone is providing for you, and you just want to be a one and done microphone purchaser and just roll with your content, then I think this is fine. But if you're going to do remote podcasts where you're online talking to someone else and it's a back and forth, this isn't really going to work for you because there's no latency-free monitoring. So that's kind of a bummer. I mean, you're limited on what you can do with this mic, and with things out there like the Samson Q2U, the F-Deuce or F-Deuce or whatever you want to call that thing, SL40, Relicart PM2, countless other microphones have latency-free monitoring where you can go back and forth with a guest or with a co-host or whatever online. You're not getting that here. So unless you're doing just single person content, you've got good mic technique, you don't have to worry about monitoring if you're throwing plosives in or monitoring if you're getting too close, then you may want this. The sound quality and the build quality and the yoke mount is good. The cable's good. It's a pretty good mic. I don't hate it. I think it does, like most USB mics, already sound kind of processed. This is strictly going to be for that person who does not have a microphone right now and will not do remote recordings. Just one and done. Like me right here, right now, talking to you on this microphone, I would be okay if this was some kind of talk show and I did not need to hear myself or hear anyone else. It's just me talking to you about God knows what. This would actually be fine. And I think I would actually prefer not to even bother with headphones if I was doing that kind of show by myself. This would be fine, especially when you know your mic technique and know where to talk into it, how to talk into it. This would be fine, but you're stunted if you want to grow and do other things. You're going to have to get another microphone if you grow beyond it's just me and the camera. That's something to keep in mind. I do think it sounds pretty good. I do think it is a solid microphone, but with limitations. So on the BB-SAR, because of the reasons I just discussed on this microphone, I'm going to have to give this microphone a rating of a 5. Because without latency-free monitoring, it is just kind of average. You're going to have to really like the tone of this microphone to want to go out and grab it. So, a little disappointing. I mean, I don't know when companies are going to hear you must have latency-free monitoring and quit leaving it out, but I'm going to say it again. Every producer of microphones out there, if you're going to make a USB mic, even if the headphone quality is not that great, you still want latency-free monitoring so people can expand beyond just themselves on recording audio. It's just a must. You cannot leave it out. Do I think it sounds good? Yeah, for $50, I do. Build quality, it's got a lot going for it, but it's missing the one essential thing that keeps you from having to expand and buy a new microphone in the future. It's that simple. Maono, thanks for sending it over. Again, I could use this because I do a lot of solo work, but for somebody who's looking for their first microphone, it's solo work only. You can't do anything else. So if you're comfortable with that, go ahead and grab it from the link below. If not, don't, because you can't go anywhere except you in a box. You in a box. Secure mics. Peace out.